Hey guys, welcome back. I got the Galaxian in the shop this morning. I plugged it in and it did turn on. Show you what it looks like right now. Screen's real blurry, it's out of adjustment. I do have a cap kit for it, and let's see here. There's a cap kit in here, a high score saver kit, some green team molding, and new leg levelers. I had to wiggle this edge connector to get the game to come on. So we're gonna have to take a look at that edge connector, see if those pins maybe need to be cleaned or bent back, or if possibly the traces on the board need to be fixed. So I'm not sure about that. So this is an interesting monitor. Looks like somebody just took the chassis and mounted it right to the piece of wood. So we will slide the whole chassis assembly or the whole monitor out, take the board out. We'll leave the wiring harness in there, just clean the bottom of the cabinet. As far as the sides, what I'm going to do with the sides is I'm going to Bondo in any of the laminate that's missing, smooth it out, just spot primer these areas, and then we're going to sand the cabinet sides and paint them white again. Somebody had put a pink laminate on the sides. It is stuck really well to the cabinet, so I don't even want to try to peel it off because I just don't want to damage the wood. So we're going to leave it on there, and we will sand it down real good and paint it white. And then I'll make sure when I paint, I get this edge right here, because this edge sticks out a little bit farther because it's laminate. So if I at least paint that edge white, it won't stand out and you won't notice it. And then we'll repaint the satin black on the front, inside here, you know, the top and the back and stuff like that. I do need to remake this board here. Somebody broke this. So we're gonna have to get this panel out of the cabinet. I don't wanna take a ton of time on this. I just wanna kinda, hopefully just knock this out pretty quickly. But yeah, we're gonna have to take this metal bracket off here and see about getting that piece of wood out of there and cut a new piece. I have some black melamine already, so at least it'll already be black. So let me get set up here. We'll get this monitor out of here. We'll take the circuit board out of there, and then we can start doing the body work on the cabinet. There's not much body work to do. I want to get rid of the bar, the locking bar. So I got to fill this hole in. I want to take the coin door off as well, and the control panel, and the marquee, and the glass and everything. So we'll go ahead and get this thing disassembled, and then we'll start doing the body work on it. Okay, I unplugged the game. Now I got to keep in mind when you take the monitor out, because I just had it running, that I have to watch out to make sure that I don't touch the flyback, the suction cup, because you don't want to get shocked, because obviously there was a bunch of electricity just running through it. I want to try something here. You see how this coin door is sprung out and it doesn't want to just stay shut on its own? That's because somebody's kicked it in a little bit and bent it. I wonder if I take a little 1/4-inch extension and stick it in the hinge here and try shutting the door a little bit, if that would maybe help straighten it out a little bit. Might not, I'm not sure. That made it a little bit tighter now. There you go. See how much better that is? It's just same concept as a car door. Like if a car door where somebody had swung it open too far and sprung the hinges, you could take a 2x4 in the door frame and kind of gently shut the door, and then it'll bend it back into place. So now when I put a new lock on it, you can just easily just shut it and turn the lock, rather than it being way out here and having to really push in on it. So I'm going to start with disconnecting the control panel. And then we will get it unplugged. Should have probably unplugged it first, but that's all right. I think that overlay is probably fine. We just need to clean up the metal on it. I'm going to go ahead and do the coin door too while I'm up here. All these plugs are real tight, like they've never been unplugged. Get this glass out of here. If I can get underneath it. we're going to reuse this glass. It's not in the greatest shape, but it's not bad either. Okay, now we can do the coin door. I'm going to take all the hardware and throw it in this coin bucket for now, and we'll put it in the tumbler for a day. Now I'm going to take this coin door off real quick, off of the frame. Take out these 3 1/4-inch nut drive. And I might have to get a flathead screwdriver and go grab one. Okay. This cabinet is actually in pretty nice shape. This is my buddy's cabinet. This is not my cabinet. He's the one that does all the 3D printing for me. Made all those toppers and everything on all my arcade games. The cabinet actually came from Arcade Jason. He had gotten it with a bunch of other games at an auction, and my buddy lives only a couple minutes from him, so he ran over there and bought this from him. Okay, coin door's off. Now we gotta get the rest of the frame off. This last nut, I think, I don't know if there's a nut on there or not, I can't see. I think it might be buried into the wood. Yep, they have it buried completely into the wood. So I can figure out how to get that nut out of there. Go try to grab a pair of needle nose or something and see if I can't get at that nut. All right, I'm gonna try a pair of these angle ones. I also have a straight pair, but it's gonna hit those. These cabinets have a wood board coming down, so you can't really get from the backside to this nut. So I need to see if I can just spin it a little bit so I can get the socket on there. I think what happens over time with these cabinets, some of these cabinets, the wood will swell a little bit, and then the nut gets trapped in there. But this is plywood, so it really shouldn't have swelled up too much. See if that's spun enough. think I got it. Yep. Okay, now our ring is off. Actually, the front of this cabinet, I believe, is supposed to be white, the bottom part. With the sides, it is. And then this is all black up here. Forgot about that. Now I gotta get this lock bar off of here. There's an actual metal insert on the inside of the wood that somebody had put in there on the back side. So that's off. Let's get these latches out of the way. We're going to put all this stuff in the tumbler. We'll let that run for a day or two. Probably 2 days actually. Because I want to try to get this cabinet body worked and painted today if possible. We'll see how that goes. Okay, that's off. Let's take these off too. Just get them out of the way. I'll probably tumble these as well. They're a little rusty, and we could just shoot them with some satin Krylon paint afterwards. Alright, that's out of the way. The marquee, those are Phillips screws. I'll probably end up changing those to new ones because they're mismatched, different size ones. And I have those nice security bit ones. We'll sand and paint these. The marquee I want to try to save. Let me look at it first. Okay, this is an original marquee. It's got a little bit of paint missing right in this area, but I could probably take some black paint and touch that up. And I can buff this off and wet sand it and buff it, and it'll turn out pretty nice. I'd rather try to keep the original one if possible. I just think it's cool to have the original ones if you can. And it doesn't look too bad. It's mostly just the black areas right in here, which I'll just touch that up from the backside. A little bit in the blue and stuff, but it's not bad at all. We'll definitely reuse this. See what we got going on up here. We'll pull this speaker out and the light bulbs. Just want to try to get this stuff out so that it doesn't get all filled with overspray. I didn't even check to see if these work, but I don't really want to plug the monitor back in right now, so they look fairly new. They're LED bulbs, so they probably work. So let's get these brackets off for the light bulbs. And we'll probably just leave those dangling in the cabinet because I don't want to cut the wires to them because they're soldered on. You know, maybe we'll just leave those on. No, I'm just gonna get them out of the way. They're actually, I think we can get them off from here. So we can take those nuts off. Okay, now we got our speaker to take off. We got to remember that we have a ground wire right here in the front right side. So that's where the ground wire goes, and then we have our two speaker connectors, which are soldered there, but they are twisted together here. Striped wires match the stripe. So take that apart there. Save those. We gotta get the speaker loose. I think they're 3/8. Maybe smaller. 11/32 maybe? Yep. Speaker grill, clean that up and paint it. It's in really good shape, a little bent up. Probably try to straighten it out a little bit. Here's our speaker. My nut went inside of there. There we go. Speaker's good, it's not torn or anything like that. Okay, now we just gotta get these off. I think what I'll do is take the bracket off, but I'll leave the light socket attached to the wiring, because then I can clean these brackets up. Okay, that's done. We're just going to let those hang in the back. Now I believe we can go to the back of the cabinet and get the monitor out. Try to move you to one side here. Now the monitor should just slide out. It's probably a bolt or two holding it in. We got a bracket here, and that might be the only bracket holding this. So there's a couple right here. Trying to figure out what's the easiest way for me to remove this. Looks like I'm taking that nut off there. If you guys are restoring games and it's your first game, you want to probably try to label where all your hardware goes. I've done quite a few, so I kind of just know where everything goes now. So I don't really worry about it. This is our remote board for the monitor. We're going to unplug the video cable from the monitor get that out of the way. Okay, that's out of the way. And we have power going to the monitor, which somebody spliced together, which I'll have to check those connections, but we can unplug it here. So that monitor is unplugged. We have two more bolts right down there to get rid of. I think there might be, I don't know if there's one more up front or not. We got one more up front to disconnect. Let me go do that and then I'll come back. Okay. Should, if everything goes right, should be able to just slide this right out. I think I'm gonna have to take off the, somebody put a plastic bezel in here. And it's not the right one. I'll have to see if I actually have one I can put in here for them, because this one looks like crap. As you can see, I'll show you once I get it unscrewed here. Someone had just like cut up all the edges on this plastic bezel. So we'll see if I have a better one we can use. Monitor's in pretty good shape. Not a lot of screen burn on it. Now we can see if this monitor is going to slide out. I'm going to have to take off this bar up there. That's why they cut that piece of wood up here so that the monitor would slide in there. That's why that's like that. That's definitely not supposed to be like that. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Why would they do that? No. Monitor's out. We need to get this bar off the back here. That's garbage as well. I do have the back door for it. It's in the other building. I used to save all this hardware, I just get rid of it now. I had buckets of this stuff and I was never using it. It's not even worth saving it anymore. Okay, I think we just need to take out the board. And I think we've gotten it taken apart enough for what we're doing here. And to take the board out, we just have these 1/4 inch nut driver screws again. Let's unplug it. Looks like it has one bad trace right there that somebody's repaired. You can see that trace has been repaired there. The other ones have been sanded. So we'll have to look into that. Board's in pretty good shape though. We might have to just come through here and maybe we'll just take a little pick tool and spring these back tight so that when it goes on the board, it's a tighter connection. Take that out so it's easier to put back in afterwards. Getting any loose hardware that's in here out of here. Okay, I think that's as far as we will take it apart. I'll just take this stuff off, clean it up, just take it off. Take the power wire and throw it in the cabinet for now. You know what? We got one more thing to do. Take this T-molding off real quick. Just grab our flathead screwdriver here and work it underneath the edge. Just peels right out. We're going to go with the lime green color T-molding. T-molding groove's in nice shape. You can actually see a piece of the old lime green T-molding in there. Sometimes they staple underneath the cabinet. It feels like this one might be. There we go. All right. All right, we are completely taken apart. As far as we need to go, there's the parts laying all around. So I'm gonna end this video here. This will be part number 1 of the Galaxian rebuild. And next video, I'm gonna get the sides. I'm gonna sand around all the chip areas first, put some filler on it. While that filler is drying, I'll start sanding the rest of the cabinet. So we'll do that first. And then we'll get it in primer, and then we can sand the spots of primer and then get it painted. And I gotta get this board out. So you know what? Before I end this video, maybe we'll knock this piece of wood out of here. Let me go grab a mallet and see if we can't knock that piece of wood out of there so we can make another one. Okay, that board's actually notched in each side. There's a little groove that goes into the side panel of the cabinet. So I'm gonna have to cut this straight up the middle. Hopefully this blade's sharp enough. If not, I'll have to get another blade. We have to cut that piece of wood down the center and wiggle it out of each side. And when we put a new piece in, we're not gonna be able to put it in like it was originally put in. So we're gonna have to put a cleat on each side on the back and then put it back into place. But we can't leave it like this because that looks horrible. Okay, hopefully we can pop that out now. Okay, so we got this out. We'll save this piece so that I can kind of piece it together here and we can get a measurement of how tall it's supposed to be from there to the top, plus the angle cut on it. The bottom's not cut on an angle, just the top. So we'll save those to use those for a template, but I think that's it. So that's gonna end this video. We'll do this as part one, and then I'll be back and we'll start doing the body work. All right, guys, if you're liking what you see, please like and subscribe, and I will see you later.